I want to bring in now Republican Congressman from Texas and member of the House Judiciary Rules and Budget Committees, Chip Roy. Representative Roy, talk to us about your bill.
Well, Charles, great to be on. You know, one of the first things I did in Congress was join with a Democrat colleague to introduce a bill we call the Trust Act to ban members of Congress from trading stocks. I think it's pretty simple. I don't think you should be able to profit on what you're learning when you're in Congress. And frankly, the conflict of interest, if you're voting on these issues, is really high. If you're trading tech stocks, but you're debating antitrust issues about whether to break up big tech or big hospitals, if you're debating some of these AI issues or what we need to do about TikTok, you shouldn't be profiteering at the same time. I don't think that's a particularly controversial topic. Most of the people I represent are very clear about it.
Right.
We've got a bill, like I said, for 4 Congresses now. There are 80-something co-sponsors, but the vast majority of those are Democrat. It's about 70-10 or so. And so we need more Republicans to step to the plate on this. I've got some Republican colleagues that want to work with me on this issue. My friend Anna Paulina Luna in Florida, Brian Fitzpatrick from Pennsylvania, Michael Cloud, some of my other friends that are very involved with this issue. And, you know, I think, and by the way, Tim Burchett from Tennessee is big on this issue. But we've got to move. Yeah. And I've told the Speaker this. I was giving them grace through the big, beautiful bill. We had a lot of work to do there. But now my message since the big, beautiful bill is get on with it. We need to bring this to the floor. We need to vote on it. And that's my message now. And I'm going to demand that we vote on this this fall.
Great, because people are absolutely upset, right? I mean, millions of dollars are being made. In fact, I just shared some comments just in the last break. One posting said that, well, talking about Nancy Pelosi, she beats everyone 700% since 2014. Another one says, I thought insider trading was illegal. Is it okay for Congress members? And yet, I just don't know. You know, it's last year, Dan Crenshaw went nuts over this thing, right? He said that it's crazy to ask him not to trade when it's so expensive to have a residence in D.C. and also in his home district. So are you guys not making enough money that you have to be able to do this?
Well, we have debates about pay, you know, every single Congress, and we haven't changed our pay for about 15 years. We're not allowed under the Constitution to change our pay for a current Congress. So it's always a debate about future Congresses. But the bottom line is with the trading is there's a clear conflict of interest. The voters can have us debate, you know, what we want to do on pay. But if you're trading stocks and making money while you're voting on these things, that's a conflict, and we ought to change it. And to be very clear, we believe that we ought to bring this to a vote now. We think the American people are overwhelmingly with us. I promise you, if we force the vote, we will end up moving it through the floor because the American people want to see it get done. Now, to be clear, I want the Speaker and Republicans to control this. There's talk about what's called a discharge petition. I do not want to go that route. That's not the best way. Republicans need to control the floor, do our job, bring this to a vote. But one way or the other, we need to get a vote on this because the American people expect us to deliver. They're tired of conflicts of interest. Right. They're tired of the elites being able to make out like bandits. And by the way, Charles, for people like me who went to Congress and chose not to trade, right? I'm just sitting in mutual funds. I'm not making any trades.
Right.
And so, you know, other members that have gone that route, we're not doing what they're doing. So let's just focus on your job. If you think you need to trade stocks so badly, then leave Congress.
Yeah.
Go home and go trade stocks all day long, every day. God bless you.
I saw one guy had like 300 trades. I'm like, how the hell can he get anything done? He's sitting in front of a computer all day long trading the market. This is nuts, absolutely nuts. We got less than a minute to go. President Trump, I heard him say something the other day about Nancy Pelosi. Where does he stand on this?
Yeah, President Trump is with us. We're with President Trump. We ought to get rid of this conflict of interest. He recognizes how bad Nancy Pelosi has done on this. But let's be clear, Republicans are guilty too. I've got bipartisan support on our legislation. I'm working with Seth Magaziner. He took the bill over from Abigail Spanberger, who I did this bill with in the first Congress that I came in. So we need to move it. President Trump is with us. Now it's time for Speaker Johnson and for Leader Thune to deliver for the American people. Enough talking about it. Let's do it.
Absolutely. You know what? The American public is with you. Thank you so much, Congressman Roy. And by the way, happy birthday.
Thanks, Charles. All right. All I want for my birthday is a ban on congressional stock trading.
All right. We'll help you blow those candles out any day.